Hello and welcome everyone. This is your host Starfluff, and I am thrilled to have you here on my channel. Today, we are embarking on a journey through time, technology, and imagination. We're diving into the world of video games, a world that has captivated millions across the globe, a world that has evolved and grown at an astonishing pace. From the very first pixelated games to the immersive VR experiences of today, we'll explore it all. So buckle up and get ready for a ride through the history of video games. But before we delve into the dawn of video games, let's take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. Today, video games are a significant part of our culture. They're not just a pastime, they're a form of expression, a medium for storytelling, a platform for social interaction, and so much more. So how did we get here? What are the origins of this dynamic, diverse, and ever-evolving industry? Let's turn back the clock and find out. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content. Let's get started. Have you ever wondered where it all began? The pixelated worlds, the immersive stories, the adrenaline-fueled competition. Where did the journey of video games start? Let's rewind to the mid-20th century, the 1950s, when the concept of video games was nothing more than a futuristic vision. It was in this era that the first seeds of video gaming were planted with the creation of OXO, a digital version of Noughts and Crosses, and Tennis for Two, a rudimentary two-player game that set the stage for the interactive entertainment we enjoy today. These games were crude by our current standards, with basic graphics and limited interactivity, but they represented something revolutionary: the idea that a machine could provide entertainment, that human intelligence could be challenged and stimulated through a digital medium. As we moved into the 1960s, this idea began to take a more concrete form. The first commercially available video game, Computer Space, was launched. It was a space-age game that pitted the player against two hardware-controlled flying saucers. Though it didn't achieve mass-market success, it sparked a trend that would soon engulf the world. The real momentum, however, came in the early 1970s with the launch of Pong. It was a simple game, just two paddles and a bouncing ball, but its impact was profound. Pong brought video games into the public consciousness, proving that these digital diversions could be commercially successful and culturally significant. It was a game changer, quite literally, and it marked the beginning of a new era in entertainment. The dawn of video games was a time of innovation and exploration, of pushing boundaries and challenging conventions. It was a time when a handful of visionaries dared to dream of a world where fun could be found at the flick of a switch, where stories could be told through pixels and code. The seeds of the gaming world as we know it were sown, and from there, an industry was born. The late 70s and 80s witnessed a revolution, the birth of home consoles. The era, vibrant and full of innovation, saw the living room become the new arcade, with technology that brought the magic of video games right into our homes. Our journey begins with the Magnavox Odyssey, the very first home console, which hit the shelves in 1972. This rudimentary system, with its simple games of Pong and table tennis, may seem primitive by today's standards. Yet, it sparked a revolution, laying the foundation for what was to come. And come it did in the form of the Atari 2600 in 1977. This was the game changer. It introduced the concept of game cartridges, allowing players to switch games at will. Popular titles like Space Invaders and Pac-Man soon followed, taking the world by storm. These games weren't just games, they were cultural phenomena, influencing everything from music to movies. However, the rapid growth of the home console market was not without its pitfalls. The early 80s were flooded with a slew of low-quality games, and an oversaturated market led to the infamous video game crash of 1983. The industry, once booming, was on the brink of collapse. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the video game industry was far from defeated. The crash served as a wake-up call, a hard lesson learned about quality control and market saturation. It led to a shift in power, with Japan emerging as the new gaming superpower, thanks to the likes of Nintendo and Sega. Despite the crash, the stage was set for a major comeback. The video game industry was about to enter its golden age, an era of unprecedented growth and innovation. But that's a story for another scene. For now, let's pause and appreciate the revolution that was the rise of home consoles, a pivotal chapter in the evolution of video games. The mid-80s to the 90s marked the golden age of video games. These were the times when the gaming industry saw a phenomenal resurgence, thanks to the launch of the Nintendo Entertainment System and Sega Genesis. These consoles not only breathed new life into the industry, but also revolutionized it, adding a vibrant palette of colors and introducing an array of unforgettable characters who would become the icons of this era. The Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, was the beacon of hope that the industry desperately needed. With its release, the world was introduced to memorable franchises that became the backbone of the gaming world, franchises that are still celebrated today. Super Mario Bros., for instance, took the world by storm with its whimsical world, iconic music, and a simple yet engaging gameplay. The game was a massive hit, and Mario, the mustachioed plumber, quickly became the face of Nintendo. Another iconic franchise born during this era was The Legend of Zelda. With its intricate puzzles, vast world, and an epic quest, it offered a gaming experience that was immersive and utterly captivating. The game's protagonist, Link, became an enduring symbol of bravery and adventure in the gaming world. Not to be outdone, Sega Genesis entered the scene with its own iconic character, Sonic the Hedgehog. With Sonic's lightning-fast speed and the console's blast processing power, Sega Genesis provided a gaming experience that was faster and more exhilarating than anything gamers had seen before. These iconic franchises weren't just games, they were cultural phenomena that captured the hearts and minds of millions around the world. They redefined the boundaries of what video games could be and solidified their place in popular culture. They brought families and friends together, fostering a sense of community and shared experience. The Golden Age had firmly established video games as a major entertainment medium. It was a time of innovation and creativity, a time when the industry truly began to shine. The Golden Age was not just about the games or the consoles, but about the sense of wonder and joy they brought into our lives. And that truly is the magic of video games. The late 90s and early 2000s brought a new dimension to gaming, quite literally. As we stepped into this era, the gaming landscape was about to be revolutionized by the introduction of 3D graphics. This innovative technology lifted gaming from a flat, two-dimensional plane into a vivid, three-dimensional world that offered depth, perspective, and a wholly immersive experience. The PlayStation, the Nintendo 64, and the Xbox were at the forefront of this revolution, each contributing to the dramatic transformation of the gaming industry. These consoles, with their powerful processors and advanced graphics capabilities, allowed developers to create games with complex environments, realistic physics, and dynamic animations. The shift from two-dimensional sprites to three-dimensional models was a game changer, offering players a new level of detail, immersion, and interactivity. Among the many games that left a lasting mark on this era, 3 stand out: Final Fantasy VII from Square Enix, Super Mario 64 from Nintendo, and Halo from Bungie. Each of these titles played a pivotal role in the evolution of 3D gaming. Final Fantasy VII captured the hearts and minds of players with its rich storytelling, intricate gameplay, and stunning 3D cinematics. It showcased the potential of 3D graphics to enhance narrative depth and emotional engagement. Super Mario 64, on the other hand, demonstrated how 3D graphics could revolutionize gameplay mechanics. It transformed the platforming genre with its open-world design, fluid movement, and intuitive camera control, setting a new standard for 3D platformers. Then came Halo, a first-person shooter that pushed the boundaries of what was possible in a 3D game. With its expansive environments, advanced AI, and seamless multiplayer, it set the stage for the future of the shooter genre. These games, and many others, leveraged the power of 3D graphics to deliver experiences that were more engaging, more immersive, and more memorable than ever before. They elevated video games from simple entertainment to a form of art, and in doing so, they changed our perception of what a game could be. The gaming industry had started to challenge the boundaries of reality. The new millennium saw gaming break physical boundaries and embrace the digital frontier. As the internet began to weave itself into the fabric of everyday life, the world of gaming followed suit. The rise of online gaming marked a pivotal moment in the industry, creating a global playground where players could compete, cooperate, and connect. In the early 2000s, the concept of multiplayer gaming started to evolve. It was no longer about inviting friends over for a round of your favorite game. Instead, you could face off against opponents from across the globe, right from the comfort of your own home. This was a game changer, quite literally. One game that truly embodied this seismic shift was World of Warcraft. Launched in 2004, it quickly became a global phenomenon, captivating millions of players with its expansive world and intricate gameplay. In this virtual realm, players could band together to take on epic quests or just enjoy a leisurely ride on their griffin. It was like nothing the gaming world had seen before. Yet it wasn't just about massive multiplayer games. The world of first-person shooters was also revolutionized, thanks to games like Counter-Strike. This game marked the dawn of competitive online gaming, where players could test their skills against others in real-time, adrenaline-pumping matches. It was the birth of esports, long before anyone had even coined the term. But online gaming wasn't just about the games themselves. It was also about how we got our hands on them. The rise of digital distribution platforms like Steam transformed the way games were bought and sold. No longer did gamers have to queue up at stores for a physical copy. Instead, they could download their favorite titles directly onto their computers. Gaming was no longer confined to living rooms and arcades. It was now a global phenomenon. The rise of online gaming was more than just a trend. It was a revolution that forever changed the landscape of the industry, marking a new chapter in the ever-evolving story of video games. In the last decade, video games have found a new home: our pockets and virtual reality headsets. A profound shift in the gaming landscape has taken place, and it's all thanks to the revolution in mobile and virtual reality gaming. Mobile gaming has transformed our phones into portable consoles, providing entertainment anytime, anywhere. Remember when Angry Birds took the world by storm? It was a simple concept: launch birds with different abilities at structures to knock them down. But it was so addictive that it became a global phenomenon. Then came Pokémon Go, merging the physical world with the virtual and getting gamers off their couches and into the streets. This was a game changer, showing us that our real world could be a playground for video games. But while mobile gaming was turning our world into a game, virtual reality was creating entirely new ones. Imagine stepping into a game, not just as an observer, but as an active participant. That's the magic of VR gaming. Take Beat Saber, for example. It's a rhythm game where you slash blocks representing musical beats with a pair of energy blades. It's not just about playing a game, it's about being in the game. And let's not forget about the impact these developments have had on social interaction. Mobile and VR gaming have brought us closer together, even when we're physically apart. We can engage in epic battles, solve intricate puzzles, or just hang out in virtual environments with people from all over the world. So, what does this mean for the future of gaming? Well, with technology advancing at lightning speed, we can only expect more innovative, immersive experiences. Games will continue to break boundaries, blurring the lines between reality and fantasy, between player and character. The future of gaming is here, and it's more personal and immersive than ever. So let's embrace it, explore it, and above all, enjoy it. Because that's what gaming is all about, having a good time. What does the future hold for video games? That's the question on everyone's lips as we stand on the precipice of uncharted territory. The thrill of what's next invigorates the world of gaming, and it's clear that the industry is poised for a future that's brighter and more dynamic than ever before. One of the most exciting potential trends is the rise of cloud gaming. Imagine a world where high-speed internet connections make physical gaming consoles a thing of the past. Gaming could become as easy as streaming your favorite movie, with the ability to play any game, on any device, anywhere, and at any time. The appeal is clear: convenience, versatility, and the potential for a truly global gaming community. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is another frontier that promises to revolutionize gaming. We're not just talking about smarter enemies or more realistic non-playable characters. AI could usher in an era of truly personalized gaming experiences. Imagine a game that adapts to your playstyle, creates challenges tailored to your abilities, and evolves in real time based on your decisions. The line between player and game could become more blurred than ever. Finally, the future could hold even more immersive experiences with the continued development of virtual reality, or VR. Today's VR is impressive, but it's just the beginning. Future VR could provide full sensory experiences, making the game world feel as real as our own. Imagine feeling the heat of a virtual sun on your skin, or the weight of a sword in your hand. This could take immersion to a whole new level. The only certainty in the evolution of video games is that the journey is far from over. As we look towards the future, we see a landscape full of potential and innovation. the next chapter of gaming is still being written, and it's clear that whatever comes next, it will be a thrilling ride. So, what have we learned from the evolution of video games? From the dawn of this interactive entertainment medium, video games have been on an enthralling journey, a journey that has been marked with remarkable innovation, creativity, and resilience. They've grown from simple pixelated graphics on arcade machines to the immersive, lifelike experiences that we witness today. In the early days, the introduction of home consoles brought gaming into our living rooms. These consoles, though primitive by today's standards, laid the groundwork for the future of gaming. They were the pioneers that paved the way for the golden age of video games, an era that saw the birth of iconic franchises and the creation of genres that still define the gaming landscape today. Then came the introduction of three-dimensional graphics. This was a game changer, literally and figuratively. It opened up new possibilities, creating a depth and realism in games that was previously unimaginable. This innovation fueled the growth of the industry, pushing it to new heights. The rise of online gaming was another significant turning point. It transformed gaming from a solitary activity into a social experience, connecting players from all corners of the globe. This addition of a social dimension to gaming led to the creation of whole new genres and playstyles. And who can ignore the impact of mobile and virtual reality gaming? They've made gaming more accessible than ever, bringing it into our pockets and adding a layer of immersion that was once the stuff of science fiction. As we look to the future, we can only imagine what's next for this vibrant industry. With advances in technology, the boundaries of what's possible in video games continue to expand. From humble beginnings to a multi-billion-dollar industry, video games have come a long way, and the adventure continues. They've evolved in ways that could not have been predicted, and they will continue to do so, pushing the boundaries of entertainment, storytelling, and technology. It's an exciting time to be a part of this journey, and we can't wait to see where it takes us next. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the evolution of video games. It's been a roller coaster ride, from the pixelated beginnings to the immersive virtual reality experiences of today. If you've enjoyed this trip down memory lane, and if you're excited about the future of gaming as we are, do give this video a thumbs up. Your support means the world to us. And if you haven't done so already, we invite you to subscribe to the Starfluff channel. We have a lot more exciting content lined up for you. More deep dives, more retrospectives, and of course, more on the future of gaming. So hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Stay tuned for more, and as always, keep gaming.